Emperor Taizu has departed to join the ancestors. Following his mother's wishes, our great leader has left his dynasty in the capable hands of Taizong, his younger brother. Taizong's wish is to finish the work of his older brother, bringing the last two holdouts into the fold of the newly formed Song dynasty. The first goal will be to regain the kingdom of Wu Yu, centered in Linan on the southeastern coast of China. Wu Yu assisted Taizu in his previous campaigns against the southern Tang, leaving them weak and ripe for plucking. We believe they will surrender quickly if confronted with a major military force. After Linan has joined the fold, the road becomes more treacherous. Therefore, Taizong has selected you, General Pan Mei, to return to your outpost at Pingyao. Lying on the borders of the northern Han state, it is a perilous locale. The northern Han will not want us to strengthen our position so close to their capital of Jinyang, and yet it is exactly what we must do, for a strong military camp there will be a springboard for a move northward against Jinyang, your ultimate target. Tread softly though, noble general, for a new power is emerging on the steppe. Out of the Manchurian plain rise the nomadic Khitan, yet another barbarian threat to our civilized culture. Our spies report that emissaries have left Xinjiang to enlist the aid of the Khitan. If this report is indeed true, your mission to bring Linan and Xinjiang into the empire becomes even more dangerous than anticipated.
G'day mates, and welcome back to Emperor. Looks like with the Khitan, I guess something similar to the Mongols are up north, and they are a rising threat in the steppes. But at the moment, we have more pressing concerns to think about. Let's head into the city and have a quick look what we've got. So we need to take out Linan and Jinyang here. So it looks like the Liao Empire, whoever they are. They might be the Khitan up north. So we need to take down. Actually, maybe they're the Manchurians. That's Manchuria, I think, up here. So they they're the Manchurians, not the Mongols, who I believe were over here somewhere. I'm not sure. It's a little bit confusing not being able to see the entire map for context, but I think these are the Manchurians who formed the Qin Empire, the Qing Empire. I don't recall exactly. My history of China it's fair to moderate. It's not spectacular. Anyway, we've got Kaifeng, which is our previous capital. So Pingyao are the people who slightly rebelled against us before, and who became our rival. That is interesting. So we are now General Pan Mei, who's probably getting quite old by this point. What will they be able to buy from us? Weapons, steel and stone, not a huge amount, and not very many of them either. We're going to need to find some proper trade people. They'll sell us ceramics, silk. Let's actually have a quick look what we can produce locally. So food, we've got... Oh shit, it's hunting as well. So we've got we've got a third food source here, but it's hunting, which is lots and lots of iron there. Hunting is never a particularly good way in Emperor, so we may need to consider building somewhere close by if we're going to be hunting. Okay, there's more down here as well. So there are there's a fair few pheasants around this map, and bloody salamanders. I think we're going to consider building over here, simply because there's a fair bit of greenery up here for food, farming and hemp farming and lacquer farming. And we get all the pheasants are over here. We should be able to hunt them quite easily. Steel production should be easy, assuming that we can produce wood. That's good. And we've got more than enough iron around here. So steel production is not going to be an issue. It looks like weapons are going to be our main export, with a little bit of stone as well. That's right in the middle of a beautiful building area though, so that will be something I'll have to get around. Lacquerware makers, paper... Am I missing something here? Yes, I am. I'm missing ceramics completely. So we need to buy ceramics. We have to buy them from Kaifeng, and they're not going to sell us very much. So I'm probably going to make a smaller city. I don't think I can get away with just one block. I think I'll need 2 blocks, but 12 ceramics per year should be sufficient for 2 blocks anyway. I'm going to need a noble's quarters as well, so things are getting a little bit tight here. We're probably going to need to import more food, and nobody else will trade with us. And it looks like our other little ally, who was to the southeast of Kaifeng, has disappeared. They will sell us, though, additional food sources. Cabbage. Yep, so they'll sell us enough food. We should be fine. We'll be able to continue on, and we probably won't even need to bother with hunting very much once we get our exports set up. We don't have a huge amount of beginning cash, and actually lacquer. They don't buy lacquerware at all, so we can produce it, but it's not going to help us. So we're going to have to focus on the weapons. That seems to be a little bit of a red herring there. So I thought, ooh, lacquer, I'm not going to make any cash off that at all. Anyway, I'm going to get this area set up with how I think we're going to go, and that's probably going to happen over here, and then I'll cut back. Okay, the city is nicely set up here. I've gone for a similar style to my previous block. I do like this interconnected look at the moment. Obviously strategically placed with the various roadblocks around, and nobody in the incorrect area here touching these outer roads, so that things don't spawn in an incorrect location. You can see I've done something a little bit odd here. Now the watchtowers, I'm not sure if this will work, but what I've done is I've allowed building inspectors to go through. It's highly unlikely the watchtowers are going to work here, in which case I'm going to have to find another solution for it. But what will happen is these inspectors will travel 33 tiles. Now they go out down here. This is only open to inspectors, it's closed to everyone else. They're going to come in here and go either straight or right. Now it doesn't matter which way they go, they're going to get around 2/3 of the way through before they hit their 33 tile limit, and then they're going to head straight back. So they should have a perfect loop, and it's not going to interfere with anybody else on the loop either. That's allowed me to keep everything nice and harmonious for the beginning, except of course these, oh, it actually tells you what they're associated with. That's kind of cool. Didn't realise that. Either way, the these watchtowers are going to be a little bit of a problem if it doesn't work, because there's nowhere else to put them. So maybe I can do without, although I think they help to keep unrest down, so we may have a small problem there. Either way, the area is set up. We've got some food nearby, but I'm going to probably throw down a couple of farms. I might even leave this for lacquer up here, or just wood cutting. I'll probably throw my farms. Shit, where am I going to throw my farms? I've used up most of the good space, unfortunately. That was probably not good, because I'm going to need to throw down... Let me think about this. I'm going to need to clear this area up here as well for nobles, for military purposes, so no farming up here. I'm going to have to do my farming across the river here, I think, and that can be done pretty easily. I probably should have planned this out a bit more, but I can get across this river at a number of places down here, so that is no real problem there. Okay, food is beginning to flow in. We've got a tiny little bit of bean curd here, but it's insufficient, really. We'll have to wait until next year for that one, and unfortunately it's going to be the middle of next year. But the millet is coming in, and with that we can feed our first block here. I'm going to feed the larger block for no reason at all. But I'm going to feed this block here, and that should keep them going. Got a little bit of hemp, but it's not enough. We missed most of the year. Took our people time to actually move in before we can use them. But we'll get the hemp next year, and I'm probably going to have to work on actually getting some paper makers on sooner rather than later. I think I'll throw just... I'm going to throw just one paper maker down for now. That'll just gradually start ticking it over, and we can begin taxing these people with the hemp that we produce. We're only going to stock up to 4 units in there, so that's not a huge amount. As population begins to flow in, you can see I've walled off these guys here, although I suspect they're probably just going to walk through the water. We're going to be well set up. What's wrong with you guys? You need food. You can get enough food put in just yet, but there is sufficient millet, so they will get there in time. With that, I think we're going to move on to, because our cash is so low, we're going to move straight on to weapons. These guys will buy steel and weapons, so that'll be the first thing we set up, and there's enough wood up here, timber cutting, to set up all our stuff. Probably have all the smelters along here, and I'll fit the timber cutters in somewhere. Alright, everything over here is set up. We are short quite a lot of workers, but industry is a low priority, so they will just tick over as required. And as we begin to increase our population, these will gradually turn on more and more. Looks like the timber cutters have not yet... Oh no, they are partially active, so they are beginning to cut timber. They're going to store that up here, which can then be fed down to these guys. And there's a little bit of travelling back and forth, but unfortunately I can't quite cut through here, so it did necessitate quite a long trip around there. Things are looking good so far, and we should have enough weapons coming in that we can begin to export them as required. So I can throw Kaifeng in here. The only downside to that is that they are going to sell us ceramics as well as additional food sources, and silk if we need it for our noble quarters, because we're going to need nobles definitely in order to take these people down. We're going to need more than 2 forts. So, but they will buy our weapons to begin with, and they will buy any excess steel and stone we have. So I think it is worthwhile having them over here, and I can use getting warehouses to bring that stuff from further away. So, collapsed building, plain cottage. That's interesting. I want to see if more of them collapse. The fact that the game has gone for a couple of years with only 1 collapse indicates to me... I take that back. I suspect this may not be working, in which case... Yep, almost certainly not working. That is unfortunate. Looks like that guy's a little bit further away, so I'm going to throw down a couple of houses in here. We've now lost perfect harmony, which is unfortunate because up until this point, I think... no, I'd forgotten about that one too. So up until this point, other than that one there, everything had been perfect harmony. And I've been doing some fairly creative setups in order to get that done. So I'm going to stop giving. I'm going to give up now. Feng Shui has annoyed me just a little bit too much today. So on that note, fuck. Okay, actually, how long did they say we had there? 6 months. Shit. Okay, well, we are gradually producing our stuff as quick as we can. We're working on it. I mean, I don't imagine I could have done this much quicker, but we're going to get an infantry fort. We're going to get you guys... We'll have you put there for now. That'll be infantry, and we'll get that sorted as quick as possible. Actually, I do think cavalry might be a better idea. Whatever, we'll get both, and whichever one fills up, we'll manage. Just have a quick look at our gods here for a second. Sun Tzu is the one who blesses military forts, I believe. Or was it somebody else? Maybe it was Guandi. Actually, it's Guandi who functions. He can bless a mill or a fort. Okay, so he can bless a fort, and which one is he? He's not somebody I can get at the moment because I don't have... So he's obviously not a Taoist hero. He must well be a Buddhist hero. So if I throw down that pagoda, again, unharmoniously placed. I don't have any goods though is the problem, so I've got no goods to actually give him, which is a little bit shit. But if I can get Guandi and I can get him to bless this and give us the weapons we need. Going to be a little bit tight here, but we'll see how we go. And here we go, Jinyang is launching their invasion. They're coming from the northeast here. Let's see if we can fight to defend the city. There we go, invasion force defeated. We lost a fair bit of our iron production industry, or steel production, but we did manage to hold them off. And with that, we can send these guys back, send you back, and you, my friend, are probably mightily pissed off at this point, so he's contented. So we'll probably get him out of the city for the time being, and we will begin on recovering. Alrighty then, Year of the Earth Rabbit. Normally I would go for special gifts, but we don't actually need any of the animals, and I don't think it's going to give us a small gift or something that's not going to be particularly valuable. Year of the Earth though, maybe anything that's Earth production will help. So let's have a look here and we'll see what we get. We got millet fields, really is the only useful thing there. Stoneworks we don't have any, and clay pits and kilns we can't even build them. But we will get a huge big chunk of millet, which might be handy. I'm going to need to keep this lady on hand. So let's give her a great big bunch of millet and see if that makes her any happier. Looks like we've got more than sufficient food down here, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, we're at our first bit of unemployment in a long time. We're still at very high tax rates, and we have room to evolve. So people are still moving in. Yeah, it looks like we can hold quite a few additional people, so we've leveled up quite a bit. It means that will continue to rise. There we go, that's looking good. I can probably even drop down to normal without needing to tap my ceramics here. Which... probably will be using ceramics though. I want to, before I put down the noble block, we're going to start leveling up at least one of these guys with ceramics. In fact, I'll probably even do that now. Get that flowing through. Throw in a ceramics shop there. And that'll allow these guys to nicely level up here. Now, unfortunately, the traders have to go quite a long way around because of these salamanders here. Although, looks like they've got out anyway. So why am I even bothering with this here? I can actually get rid of this and allow the traders to take a slightly shorter route. Now, they're probably going to end up dying. But the trick for me to solve that is probably going to be to throw down a tower here, a couple of city walls, and a few towers just to kill these guys off. Okay, with unemployment through the roof, I'm not sure exactly what happened. I mean, these guys haven't completely moved in yet, so somehow unemployment just shot up like I've never seen before. So we're down to very low, and we can probably use this time to actually throw down a, what do you call it, a Noble's Quarters up here. It's not going to be as big as we normally go, but I think a nice comfortable sized Noble's Quarters should be sufficient. Well, this is very, very interesting. I did not actually get any pop-ups or warnings about this, and for some reason I have fire ravaging through my industry despite having full access here, so that is probably sabotage? No, it couldn't be sabotage. I don't know what it could be, but either way, something has gone completely wrong here, and it is pretty unfortunate, because I'm sure I can hear more fires from somewhere. Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? If I had fires up here, fires down here, fires going everywhere, this area of bulldoze because I had so much unemployment. I don't know what's going on here. The numbers in this mission seem to be all over the place. And I suspect part of the unemployment is due to the fact that everything appears to be just burning down. Probably large part of it is that these firemen are being drawn over here to fight this fire. Well, that one looks like it's only just started. That one was a while back, and it seems a little... I don't know what's going on. I can't explain what's going on, but it's we are struggling here quite a bit, and I shouldn't be, because this is something that should be fairly easy. But I'll throw these guys down to try to absorb that unemployment. What could be happening, in fact, I think I know what's happening. We have, what's the word here? Unrest in the city. And so people are setting fires in the city. So what I need to do is, that's almost certainly what it is. Unemployment has given unrest in the city. So I need to get these watchtowers down to control any unemployment that may be here. We're about to lose that as well, but nope, we managed to put that out. So we can gradually begin to recover. And, oh, fuck's sake. This game is pissing me off like you wouldn't believe. But we'll get it under control and things will go back to normal. We're getting more than enough food. Everything is going here. Now that we need unemployment, people, and they're being paid a very high wage, the mood in the city should begin to improve. Low cash, but we should be able to gradually rebuild and replace things that are missing. With that, we should be in a good position from here on out. And just to rub it all in, Xinjiang has launched an invasion. Let's see if we can actually take this down here. I am exporting as much as I can. Probably worthwhile having some steel exported at some point, although we haven't got any has been produced just yet. Although, let me think about this. What I could probably do is turn a bunch of these guys off. Let's just produce 2 for the time being, and what we can do is we can start selling steel as well. I probably should have gone into stone a little bit earlier as well when I had that excess production, but I wasn't bothering with it just at that point. Now this will allow me to have a backlog of steel. 10th anniversary, I don't care. This will allow me to have a backlog of steel set up, so I can begin to export that, and it's very similar in price. So I've got then 12 units per year that I can now export, hopefully. Now that this is recovered and down here appears to be going pretty well, population is beginning to increase, which is nice. And with Xinjiang coming to invade us in 9 months, we should be relatively well prepared. At least the 2 forts. We're going to need additional people over here, though, to level up an acrobat. So we're going to need cash, though, for that. So that is a small problem. And it looks like Jin Yang has arrived, and they've arrived at what appears to be the worst place I could imagine. They're going to rampage through our nobles' quarters, and there is nothing that we can do to stop them. So let's fight to defend the city and see if we can hold them back. And there we go, invasion force defeated. We did manage to force them back at pretty much the expense of all our nobles' lives, and I suspect at the expense of this market square as well. Even though it is made of flat stone, it is going to somehow collapse very, very shortly if we don't get this fire under control. And for the first time we are out of debt. We're probably going to duck back down next month, unless of course we are taxing greater than our expenditure, which is possible, but not unlikely. High taxes, they're not high, they're normal. But that's actually a good point. Perhaps I should bump them up slightly. So we have sufficient income now to stay out of debt, and selling off the steel as well has helped us. So we've sold off now quite a bit more than we could sell originally. We've sold off 16 units at an average of it's an average of 105 per unit. So 16 by 105 is not bad at all. It's better than 8 units at, better than 12 units at 120 alone. So, and we've got more room to sell as well, so things are starting to look good. Military is holding up well. Let's just double check everyone is happy. Got more than enough hemp, so that's the one gift to give now. And we are gradually bringing the city under control. I know it's probably a little bit frustrating for the viewers to watch a city that's probably so poorly handled, but I'm actually really enjoying these challenges. Bit of a pain in the ass when everything goes wrong at once. But other than that, I am pretty happy with everything. Now, we are still gradually recovering from all the fires. How much is a palace? It is 300 to throw down a palace, so I'm going to wait until I have a little bit more of a buffer. I would hate to go back into debt again while people are so pissed off with me. And I can probably require silk to go any further. But we're struggling to bring in enough goods as it is. So what I could probably do and make things a lot easier is throw a little sneaky bridge there. That'll allow the traders to come straight up this way and trade a lot quicker rather than going right around the long way, and that may increase the volume that we're able to trade per year. Yes, we will celebrate, and if it doesn't, I may consider moving this one down, perhaps closer down here, or even down here, just so we can get more volume of traders through, because we're not actually importing as much of the goods as we need. Okay, trade with Guangzhou, Jingling, and Chengdu has opened up. I did send those off, probably should have sent them earlier, but I thought this was going to be more of a military mission. And they're actually quite happy with us, they're respectful, which is brilliant, so I should have tried that from the beginning. They'll buy wheat, which we can't make. Jade. This is an absolute shit fight. I've handled this so badly. There is so much more I can do. Watch this. I can throw down a carved jade importing area down, let's do it right here, and that will allow me to who were they? They were Guangzhou and Chengdu, and I can make an absolute shit ton of cash. Throw you there, throw you, fuck off, a bit of lag briefly as I was placing that down, throw you there, and then what we can do is throw down Jade Carver Studios. Now we need, how many do we need? We need 3 to make 12, so we need 6 total. So let's do this. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't care about harmony anymore. I've reached that point where things are just not going as well as I would like. So we'll throw that there, throw a sneaky little inspector's tower there, and begin the mass import and export of jade and carved jade. Now they'll import salt, which is good, as well as tea and lacquer. You will import fish. I'm actually going to bring in fish and rice for the time being. and not worry about you having to import cabbage and wheat. That'll allow us to focus on the ceramics from you and keep everything leveled up nicely. So we should be in a much better position here. Okay, having gone very far into debt, the carved jade is now beginning to flow. This will allow us to start making some actual profit again. So we were sort of holding on barely for a long time, but once there we go, exports now. That's made 1,000 profit, which is all going back into jade. But we are reinvesting this back into our city. So things are going to look very good very shortly. With you, I'm going to need to actually connect this road up here, I think. And I think I've got no more cash. Okay, don't worry about that. But what I will do is I'll just roadblock you there, and that'll give us access to get the food that we're importing up to these here. These are getting warehouses at the moment, but we don't want them to... Oh shit, that could be a problem. We don't want them to... what's the word? We don't want them to... I'm losing my train of thought here. I've got too many things going on. So what happens if this is a getting warehouse? This one here won't be able to get from it. And it'll try and walk all the way down here. We want this mill to just stay in this local area as much as possible. So these need to be accepting warehouses, which means these guys will need to deliver it. Excellent. Looks like there's another spy here. Interesting. So they are trying to stuff up our food supply, but that is not really a concern. You need silk to go any further, which means we're going to need to import silk as well, but at the moment our cash is too low. So we're going to have to try to hold off as much as we can when this Lao invasion arrives. And the Lao Empire is now here. Where are they coming from? They're coming from this direction here where all our steel production is. So again, we're going to have a massive set of destruction up here, but let's see if we can fight them off and hold our city safe. And with that, we did fight them back. It's probably at this point going to be worthwhile to... Unemployment is a problem. That is something I need to take care of once all this does. Well, the fires are gone. I'm going to need to throw down some walls up here in an effort to try to prevent this in the future, because it's really sending everything through the roof, which is making people mightily pissed off, and they're going to set fire to everything all over again, which was, I think, what was happening before. Either way, these people have silk. We're going to need to get some silk imports going. Let's start to just import 6 at a time. I don't want to have too much silk in here, because that will send our profit through the floor. But what I can do is throw a little... Fuck off. What do you want? Seriously. Okay, either way, we've got silk. Where are we? Sure, it's right in front of me, but in typical fashion, there we go. I'm going to get you to get up to, at this point, just 8 at a time. And that'll allow us to get this is nearly done. And of course, that's been destroyed as well. You, my friend, can probably go over here. And we'll get this all nicely set up again and have our steel flowing back in. And looks like the Lao Empire is invading yet again. They're going to be here in 6 months. So to that end, I'm going to need to throw down some walls up here. Having typical fashion, they'll probably come from up this way though and destroy everything there. But at the very least, I need to try to defend as much of this area as I can. I'll throw down some towers there and get these all walled up nicely, so that hopefully we can actually hold them off if they do invade from that direction again. Over here now, silk is going to gradually start moving, and we'll have to level our people up and get additional forts, which should stop them from continuously invading us, hopefully. Looks like we've reversed a spy that was from Jinyang. Let's quickly go out to the map and send this spy back to them. So we're going to sabotage them. We are going to sabotage their military, because they are continuously attacking us. So if we can hold them off, things will be looking good. Now we're still treading water here. We're barely surviving with a little bit of cash now and some profit coming from this down here, which I should have done from the very beginning, which was really stupid of me. We're in a much better shape and position. I've thrown a little tower in there, not that it'll protect much, but it will engage them a bit and stop them from going into our food, which is the core of the city if they do attack from up here. And if they attack from that direction, then we should be relatively prepared. Either I'm going to throw the infantry... No, the horsemen are going to go over here, because they're quicker to respond. The infantry are going to go up here, and if our dude ever manages to actually appear, I will send him wherever the battle happens. And they're coming from the northwest again with an even larger force than before. Let's fight to defend the city and see if we can hold them off. And there we go, we were defeated and forced back by the Liao Empire. We're forced to pay tribute, but that's not necessarily too bad. Now, unemployment has gone through the roof yet again, which is unfortunate. We have to send you guys back. But we're not completely beaten. We're going to get a chance to break free of the Liao Empire at some point, hopefully. If we get everything... What was that? Guandi has arrived again. He's very, very happy, even though he was beaten back. So we are currently still active here. If we can get soybeans, yep, soybeans are correct. If we can get everything set up here and back in good shape, we might be able to possibly hold them off. And the Liao Empire has demanded 9 crates of ceramics for tribute. That shouldn't be too difficult for us to handle. We have a whole big warehouse over here, so let's send it off to them and keep them on side for the time being. Send off those ceramics. And hopefully, if we can keep them on side for the time being, we will be able to build up our military and take them down. So we have leveled them up with silk now. That should allow us to throw down a couple of additional forts. And if we can get those down soonish, we're in a much better position. Okay, the Liao Empire is demanding fish for tribute. We should have enough of that as well because we're importing it. So we will send that off and pay for tribute yet again. We've actually got quite a bit in storage, which is interesting. I'm not sure, I guess we have a whole bunch in storage. That doesn't matter too much though. We've got that sent off, probably because that is holding... That's holding a shit ton, so we only need to have 12 of each of those in here. And the carved jade, we will sell the rest of it. Alrighty, Kaifeng is now demanding stone and... fuck, they're demanding steel. Okay, steel. What we're going to do with that is we're going to stockpile the steel by shutting down the weapons industry for the time being. We've got a fairly decent military. We're not fully built up just yet. So we're going to wait 1 more year, mainly because I just need to get ceramics through here. I didn't actually have a ceramic shop, and they were living off whatever supplies they had. Dispatch the stone to Kaifeng, which is good, because we did set that down there a little while ago to absorb unemployment, which has unfortunately shot through the roof again. So I'll take care of that. That was probably... Yeah, there we go. So we're fairly good. We're holding steady at the moment. I can throw down. Fine, emissary, what do you want? You're going to give me cash? From the Liao Empire, they're my overlords. It's good because they're helping me to eventually defeat them. I'm going to throw down a couple more just to give us a few more spare workers. And with that, we should have sufficient forces to throw down a catapult. Might be overkill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... These should be giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional forts, but we don't have that for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1 and 2. We should have 1 more spare fort, so perhaps I can throw down at a later date. I'm not sure. Maybe it needs to tick over to the new year before it counts. Okay, the Liao Empire is demanding even more steel now, and we're not going to bother with that. What I'm going to do is instead turn the weapons industry back on and start chopping through all this steel, and with that we're going to be able to resist the Liao Empire. I'm going to need to throw down additional walls up here to hopefully be able to properly fight them when they do attack. So a couple more towers to fight them off. And we may need something more on this side, but for now I think I'm happy just leaving it be. Okay, Guandi has just arrived in the city, so what I'm going to be doing is we're currently not in open rebellion, but we are resisting the Liao Empire. They've sent through a couple of requests for tribute, which means they're not going to attack us just yet. They'll attack us soon, but not just this instant. So I've got a small amount of I guess leeway time. I'm going to actually use that to my advantage. What I'm going to do is use Guandi to charge down and conquer this city down here. So we're going to leave our currently training force down here, as well as one of the cavalry there. I'm going to send all of these guys out to try to take them for tribute. I don't really care. I'll take cash from them for now, and severity can just be normal. So we're going to dispatch them off and take those guys down. Hopefully we can get Linan and get back in time to protect against the Liao Empire. If not, then we're going to have some major problems on our hands. And there we go, we conquered Linan, we've got them under control. Now let's have a quick look what Linan wants. They buy carved jade, which is good, although we can't get any more jade at this point. They will buy lacquerware, which is good, and they'll buy weapons. They will sell us salt and fish, and they are bitter for the time being, so a gift of cash, even though cash is quite limited, will be nice. Now, if I could create a lacquerware industry, I think that would be a good way of going about it. I haven't really got the capability to do that, other than, I suppose I could actually do it down here quite comfortably. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw down a lacquerware industry to absorb the remaining unemployment that we're going to be generating shortly. And then we'll be well set, I think. Okay, Year of the Metal Rabbit. We're going to ask for an improved production yield yet again, and it's given us smelters, furnaces, and hemp fields. That's brilliant. That'll allow us to... thank you, it's tribute from Linan. That'll allow us to really get this cruising on as quick as we can. We're going to need to get additional woodcutter people as well, I think. And it's not going to be harmonious, but we'll get a few more logging sheds down here just to speed up our production over there, because it's not quite going as quickly as I would hope for. Down here we've got this stuff ticking over, and I'm leveling up these guys here, so we have massive, excellent victorious warriors have returned. This is brilliant. We're starting to look really good at the moment, and Liao Empire has become hostile, so we're back in time. So we're going to export any of this production that we can get, but we're going to need additional fields. So as our unemployment builds up, I can throw down more lacquer farms and additional woodcutters as required. Okay, I've been sitting here thinking for a little bit, and the Liao Empire has gone hostile. So they're going to be attacking us very shortly. They have a massive military. It is actually bigger than ours, which is a small concern, but they haven't actually begun to attack us just yet. So what I'm thinking of doing, and it's a bit of a risk here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in, let's go weapons. We're going to bring in Guandi as quick as we can, and we're going to send him off to try and conquer Jinyang immediately. And hopefully if he gets there before the Liao Empire gets here, what's going to happen is we're going to win. Now I could fight them off, but okay, it's not going to happen now. 6 months, let's just forget anything I said. They're just going to come in and crush me, so we need to prepare to fight them off here. Oh, you can't even get to your area. That's not good. Can we select you and send you back home? And here we go, the Liao Empire has come to crush us. We are a rebelling vassal, so they will be wiping us out completely if we do not fight successfully to defend this city. And there we go, invasion force defeated. It was a massive, massive battle. It took all of our forces and they almost completely got wiped out. The Guandi actually revived and came back a second time, and he was the one who helped us in the end. A bit odd though, he did get stuck here for a long, long time, which was a little bit shit. So I don't know exactly what happened. I think he bugged out trying to attack this guy here. Either way, we got massive problems here. So let's try and get everything back under. I know this is a mill, so let's start getting that back first. That is probably... Oh, come on, mate. That is probably the most important thing to get under control. This one here was a warehouse, and I think it was our hemp warehouse. So let's get that under, and you are our paper maker. So hemp and paper, we'll get those back down now. You hold... and I'll get this sorted off camera.
Most impressive. You have returned Linan and Jinyang to the fold, and you were able to keep the Khitan threat at bay. The Emperor's trust in you was well placed. After your success, Emperor Taizong led a mission to retake the lands north of the Yellow River. Unfortunately, the Emperor was almost captured and had to flee south, abandoning his army to a grievous defeat. The Khitan still hold all the lands north of the river, and we fear they will soon be returning, with Kaifeng itself as their target.
Well, that's loads and loads of fun. What happened here was something that I didn't quite expect. In this game, the game mechanics are when you rebel as a vassal, they send a massive force. It's almost impossible to beat, but if you can beat it, what you get is a reversal. So they then become my vassal and I rule them. So technically I now rule the steppes. I never actually took Jinyang, but I took Linan and I now control Jinyang. So that is technically, despite my city being on fire and me attempting to rebuild it in the background, quite easily. It wasn't particularly difficult. We only lost a few houses anyway, really, other than the mill. But other than that, we now technically control the steppes up near the Manchurian. The Khitan are now ours, so they are our vassal city, and we technically control 2 cities now. So I guess that's a victory. I didn't have to do anything in the end, but it was a massive, massive series of battles there. I'm actually losing my voice because I've done 2 episodes in a row here recording. I'm absolutely loving it. And I'm sure you guys are probably not enjoying these struggle cities as much as I am, but when everything goes wrong, it makes me think, and I actually need to learn and play the game a hell of a lot better rather than just repeating things as I've done for the previous 40 odd cities. So this has been a bit of a time to shake things up and change them around. So I am a little bit all over the place today, but god damn it, I'm loving this game. And, if you're enjoying the game as well, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you've yet to do so already, and there'll be more content coming out later. Jeez, I've fried my brain at this point. But anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you around.